Hello, welcome to Souls Intersect. This reading is for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, and it is for this month, May of 2017. If you're interested in getting a private reading with me, feel free to email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com, or you can book directly through my site, and the link is below. I offer 3 different lengths of intuitive tarot readings, and I've also reduced the price for my past life reading, which is a non-tarot reading. I access the Akashic records and tell you about a past life. Okay, so let's get started. I normally don't read reversals, and for that reason my cards are almost always upright, but this reverse chariot came through on the top left here, so I left it as that, and I will read it as that. And then from there you have the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Sun, the Empress, the Hanged Man, the Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. Okay, I really like the energy of the Sun card at the center of the reading. It's a nice, warm, welcoming energy, also positive and happy, especially just below this Ace of Cups. So there's a couple of challenges, but I feel like the silver lining of this month is a positive, welcoming energy coming through, and it feels linked to this Page of Pentacles person. Definitely feels like a person. For some of you, I feel that it's a child. It may be that you've just given birth, in fact, with the Empress card coming through as well. And that's the silver lining in anything else going on right now. But that's only a select few of you, I'm sure. I also feel that for some of you, this may be a love interest, and it feels like it could be a younger person, could be an earth sign. More importantly, I feel that despite maybe their lack of experience or maybe maturity in some ways, or just if they're younger, they have a grounding influence on you, and that feels really positive as well. The Sun is also Leo, so I feel that despite anything happening, there's your own energy that can be your center as well. I also feel that this Page of Pentacles is drawn to that, and that's part of why it's coming through as well. Whether it's the child or a love interest, it could be a new love interest. It could also be a revival of something between you and a current partner. So some of the challenges, it's nothing too extreme, but it does look like there's a couple of other things going on. Looking at that left column with the reverse chariot and the Four of Swords and the Hanged Man, they all have in common a sense of either stopping or lack of movement. So because they all share that, I do feel that there's a delay in something. And because 2 of them are major arcana, I feel that there is a delay in something. The delay is happening for the greater good. So it might be frustrating right now, but I feel that ultimately it is going to benefit you and make things run more smoothly, whatever this is in regard to. Some of you, it seems like, are awaiting news of some kind. And this Page of Pentacles in that case could also be that news. So if it's not a person, if that doesn't come through for you or ring a bell, it feels like the delay may have to do with that news coming through about a job, possibly, especially being a pentacle. It also might be a smaller offer than you were hoping, which could be linked to a delay. But again, with those major arcana, I really sense that ultimately, for some reason, it's going to benefit you. Like, for example, you might have ended up with, if you get a job and then you're in a different department or something, you could have otherwise had a boss that you might not have liked, or a coworker, or it could have gotten, there could have been a layoff eventually or something like that. And then also, if it's a person, the delay could be related to them. I'm getting that for some of you, you may actually be, for those of you who are expecting, again, probably a small number of you, there could be delays in that. So you could be late. And there's also a similar message there, which is that ultimately it could be for the greater good. There could be a health reason for that. But that again would just be a select few. And also just in terms of an incoming love, especially if it's a new romance, there could also be a delay in that sense. And I feel that that feels more linked to the other person needing extra time for something. But again, that would benefit you because this person would be more prepared and more ready to come into your life. In terms of the length of delay, I don't sense that that part of it is a huge deal. I'm picking up on the Four of Swords as kind of, for some of you, it could just be 4 days, especially if that's linked to a pregnancy. But it does feel like it could be 4 weeks. The most of anything would be 4 months, but I don't sense that has to do with the job as much. Maybe possibly linked to a person coming into your life. If it is that long a delay, I do feel that you might know this person though already. So I sense that this Page of Pentacles, especially if it's a new love interest, is probably someone in your life already. Looking at the right-hand column, there is definitely something going on with someone watching, most likely to do with a pregnancy, because that Nine of Wands can very well be that 9th month. And I want to say, not anxiety, but eagerness that you may feel at that point in time, matched with exhaustion and maybe some nervousness and just a desire for a new stage to open up, and it's coming. I feel like there's something really important about this birth for those of you who are expecting, because there's a lot of messages about it. And one thing may be a delay that might not apply to all of you. My sense is that this birth, this your link to this child is extremely important. And also any delays, if there are any, may be linked to that. Like that person needs to be prepared and you need to be more prepared energetically to receive this person into your life. It feels like a very profound, powerful spiritual link. I'm getting that especially for a child, but it feels like that it could very well be the case for a love interest as well. Okay. For those of you who aren't expecting, which is probably most of you, I feel that this Empress card is coming through also to touch on some of the reasons for possible delays or waiting or things hanging in the balance. It might not be an actual action that you're waiting for, but it might just be things not building as fast as you might have expected. And I feel that there's a draw to hone in on your gifts and build them and expand them in some way. In fact, there may be some sort of choice involved in this. This feels very work related for most of you, that there may be you may be tired of doing a certain kind of job or caught in a rut with a project or something. And you're really being encouraged to look back on where you have performed well in the past, possibly uncovering gifts that have been retired or abandoned for some reason, to help get out of a rut or to help move on to a new position or project or something along those lines. It does feel like there may be a crossroads coming up where you may have to make a decision regarding that, and you might feel pretty pulled in two different directions. The sense with the Empress card is to, and the Sun next to it, is to do what will feel most links to who you are at the core. The thing that makes you feel the most comfortable, the most at home, the most fulfilled, especially when it comes to using your gifts and also being true to your own values. Comfort is going to be really important. There's a decision, in fact, the decision that you probably should a choice that you should make, if there is a crossroads coming up, there probably is one that feels more comfortable, but for some other reason it might not feel like the best decision. Could be related to money, it could be something else. It seems like you still should make that decision. Comfort, feeling like yourself, being true to your values, and using your gifts as much as possible so you can be fulfilled as much as possible feels like what's most important right now. Okay, so I'm going to wrap that up here. If you have any questions about it, feel free to email me. And I hope you have a great month of May. Take care.